I did a video 2 years ago where I talked about my 5 best tips on how to study while working full-time. To this day, that video serves as my foundation for what I do every single week. If you don't know me, my name is Falc. I'm one of the 2 co-hosts of this channel, and besides doing great videos about personal finance and self-development every single Wednesday, subscribe. I also have a full-time job that I work around 45 hours every single week, and I also study for the CFA, a certification that requires me to study a few hours every single day. But this video is geared towards anyone that has a full-time job and is studying for any certifications, that being the CPA, the GMAT, the MCAT. And like I said, I did a video on this in the past that covers the foundation, and even Barney did an additional video that has some amazing tips. So today, I want to do another one where I get even more specific about things that I've learned since then. So let's get to them. So the first one is plan your afternoons. Now this video is pretty much a time management video, just like the last one. And honestly, the hardest parts of this certification, it's not the material, it's not the studying, it's the time management between work, sleep, a social life, and studying. So I see my day broken down to 3 parts. There's the pre-work, then there's the work, and then there's the after work. So my pre-work is always the same. I wake up early and I study for 2 hours. Then my work is always the same. I get to the office at 8:30 and I finish at around 5 to 6 p.m. But then once I leave the office, I have my entire afternoon open. And the issue is that if I don't plan in advance on what I'm doing that afternoon, I'm either gonna do something meaningless that is a waste of time, or I'm gonna forget about the things that I had to do and fall behind on my schedule. So what I do is that every single Sunday, I sit down for like 2 minutes and I grab a little post-it and I just write down the days of the week. And I just put something that I know I have to do every single afternoon. I put the post-it on the back of my phone, that way it's easily accessible and I know what I'm doing in the afternoons. For example, this video is being recorded on a Sunday and I release it on Wednesdays, so I know that Monday and Tuesday I'm gonna have to edit. But then for the rest of the week, if I want to have dinner with a friend, or I want to work out, or I want to come home and finish my taxes, I know I have the time planned to do that. It is very easy to underestimate the amount of time certain things take us to do. So if you don't plan on advance for them, you usually don't do them, or just do them and fall behind on your schedule. And if you have an open afternoon and your plan is sitting at home and watching Netflix for 3 hours, that's perfectly fine, but you have to plan for them. And one thing this will help you to do is what I call avoiding the couch. I saw something recently that I really liked on Instagram that said that if you want to accomplish any goals, you have to eliminate any frictions. So eliminate any things that you know are gonna get you away from that little goal that you're trying to accomplish. In my case, if I want to be efficient, if I want to study and I want to accomplish several things, what it comes down to me is avoiding the couch. There's no greater feeling than getting home from work, taking your shoes off, and just sitting down on your couch. But I realized that that couch is where every single little efficiency that I have just goes to die. So what I do now is that I completely avoid it. If I have to get home and edit, I get home and I go straight to my desk and start editing. If I have to go to the gym, I don't even come to my house. I take the clothes and I go straight to the gym. So you have to determine what's your couch, what's the thing that makes you waste a lot of time, and just make sure that you avoid it. When I sit down on my couch, I usually end up falling asleep and taking a nap, or just go on social media and waste a few hours, which is my next topic. So I have to say that I love social media. I love going on Instagram and watching reels. I love watching videos on YouTube. It's probably one of my favorite hobbies. But I know I spend a lot of time doing it. So what I do is that I have 2 tips to decrease my social media time. The first one is that I set a timer. And this is very easy to do. If you have an iPhone, you can follow these steps. For me, I set a timer of 45 minutes on Instagram, and it reminds me to stop every single time I reach it. And the second one, you can't really configure into your phone. It has to be like a self-imposed rule. but it's not using social media from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. So this helps me because when I wake up in the mornings, I don't use my phone that much, and social media is not the first thing that I'm looking at when I wake up, which is super recommended. I also don't use my phone that much when I'm on the way to the office and in the early mornings. And then also at night, when I stop using social media after 9 p.m., it helps me be relaxed before going to sleep. And it decreases my usage of my phone and it makes me be more relaxed, which is a key for sleep, which is the next topic. So sleep was a full topic on the part 1 video that I did. And I even did a full other video about how to wake up early. So I'm not gonna go over every single detail. I'll just mention my 2 most important. The first one is that 7 to 9 hours of sleep is crucial. That's a no-brainer. For me, I usually get a solid 7.5, and that's pretty good because anything below that, I will feel tired and sleepy throughout the day. And the second one is that I study before work, so I wake up very early. Now, the hardest part of waking up early is that you have to go to bed early. So I also do a few things. The first one is that I use the Sleep Time app on my iPhone, which is great because it reminds me what time I have to go to bed at. And also it automatically turns off all my notifications so I don't see any messages or anything like that popping up. And the second one is I just try to relax. So I start to listen to music that it's not gonna get me too excited if I'm taking like a shower before going to bed. I try to not make any phone calls to friends or family that are gonna start to make me think about different things. And even if I'm texting with a friend about a topic that is gonna get me a little too excited, I just try to do it the next day. That way I can relax and go to bed. And the last one is the importance of saying no. And I love the way that Barney explained it on his video, so here's that.
Yo, Friday. You wanna go out?
Nope. Get out.
Okay.
The biggest thing that I feel I give up when I'm studying and working full time is the inability to be spontaneous. Spontaneous? Spontaneous. I love last minute plans. I love getting together with people and not having a plan. But sadly, that's something that you just can't do when you're studying and working full time. I've learned that I can go out on weekends, I can see friends during the week and even get drinks, but I have to set it up 5 to 7 days in advance. This is annoying and you're gonna be that friend that people hate because you have to schedule things with so much time in advance, but this is just a sacrifice that you have to do if you want to accomplish your goal. So yeah, learn how to say no, live with the FOMO a little bit, but stay focused on that thing that you're trying to accomplish, and that will give you the motivation to keep working on it. I hope this video helps, and I'll see you next time. Peace.